Okay, I hope you guys can see me. Sorry, I'm using a whole new system here, so I hope you guys can see me. I hope you can see me. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, the question for this video is, can a woman buy a home? Right? Can a woman buy a home? Now, some of you may be wondering why this topic. Why can a woman buy a home as opposed to a family buy a home or a husband and wife? Well, I chose this topic because there are so many women who are single. They are single by choice, or they're single because they haven't found the right ones. Either way, they are single. Okay. So listen, why not build an empire? Okay. Why not purchase a home? Some people feel like they need to stay in relationships that are not necessarily healthy just so that they can have a family and yet a stable home. But that is just simply not the case. There's so many more single women than there are um, married couples. Okay, so why not build the empire? Okay, including owning a home and increasing your net worth, and then even being able to add to a man's life. Okay, or value, I should say. Okay, right now in the U.S., single women are estimated to make up more than half of the U.S. population. In fact, 49.9% of women are married, but then there are 56.4 women who are single. Okay. In addition to that, 15% of adult women in the US are divorced or separated. And then 11.27 million women are widowed. Okay. So there are single women across the world. Okay. So why not become a homeowner? Okay. It seems like at one point or another you know they're going to be single, right? So why not again own a home? Okay, so the question again, can a woman buy a home? Well, before the 1960s, the answer to that question was no. Women were not, excuse me, able to buy a home or get a loan to even purchase a home. Okay, here's some quick women in history facts, guys. In the 1960s, women gained the right to open a bank account for the first time ever, right? In 1968, the Fair Housing Act prohibited discrimination concerning the sale or rental of a property and finances based on race, religion, national origin, sex, handicap, or familiar status. Okay, in 1970, the percentage of single women was about the same, but the percentage of about the same as married women. But married women were not able to obtain credit, including mortgages, except that they have their husband's approval. Well, in 1974, the Equal Credit Opportunity Act came around, and it prohibited lenders from discriminating against borrowers based on sex, marital status, race, color, religion, national origin, or age. So women could obtain, I should say, credit cards, loans, and mortgages in their name. Okay, lenders could not charge women a higher interest rate. Okay, or demand a larger down payment. Okay, also women did not need a cosigner. Okay, in order to get the loan. Okay, and lenders could not discount or refuse to include a woman's earning because of her gender or marital status. Okay, and then turn around in 1839, the Married Women's Property Act was passed. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little nervous. Let me take my time. I'm a little nervous. The Property Act was passed, and by the 1900s, married women were given control over property, but they still had to have their husband's input. Fast forward today, women enjoy full rights to ownership, and there are more single women and single men who are becoming homeowners, okay, which in my opinion is commendable. Whether you're a single woman or a single man, it is commendable that you would choose to purchase a home. I mean, why not build your empire and increase your net worth, right? If you have ever considered becoming a homeowner, here are some ways that you can get started. First and foremost, we need to shift our mindset, okay? We need to shift from being or having the mindset of a renter to the mindset of being an owner, right? That's like a borrower versus a lender, right? You have to shift your mindset, okay? Renters versus owners can have different mindsets, okay? A renter could say, it's not my property, it's not my job, so I don't care, you know, while others have the mentality of an owner. You know, they take responsibilities, they're proactive, they're responsible with their money, right? They're rarely impulsive, they accept responsibility, they're devoted to commitment, and they would have to be because owning a home is a 15 to 30 year commitment, right? They have confidence or they're confident about meeting challenges. And more importantly, they focus on satisfying their needs over their wants. Okay. So those are some difference between the mindset of an owner versus a renter. Okay. Either way, you have to embrace the ownership mindset. Okay. So that you can procure, maintain, and preserve the home investment. Okay. So that's very important. Okay. So you need to work on that now if you have a desire to become a homeowner. Okay. Take responsibility. Okay. Allow yourself to dream and imagine the possibilities. Okay. Sometimes people feel like, homeownership is not right for them, or it'll never happen for me, or I don't have that much money. But at the same time, if you don't know, if you don't take the initiative to find the answers, then you won't know and you won't move forward, okay? Because you won't believe it's possible, okay? But we want you to open your mind to dream of the possibilities. I'm so sorry. I hate it when the neighbors do that. So that you can stay motivated, okay? Buying a home is a process, okay? It is a process, and it takes some people longer than others to achieve the goal, okay? But if you stay focused and stay motivated, it is possible, okay? And then arm yourself with the information that you need so that you can make it possible, okay? But you have to focus, okay? Owning a home has many, many benefits. You can own your own backyard. So you can host family events, family and friend events. You can add a jacuzzi out there, an outdoor kitchen, a playground for your child. You can have your own personal parking space, or even a warm garage to store your car during the snowy months. You can have a fixed mortgage, a monthly mortgage rate. Whereas when you live in an apartment, excuse me, your rate can increase yearly, and in some cases 50 to 100, whatever they decide. And there's no cap, guys. They can keep on increasing, and there's no law saying no, you can't do this, okay? But when you have a fixed mortgage rate, your mortgage pretty much stays the same for 15 to 30 years, so you know what you're going to pay for the duration of that loan, okay? Also, there are tax advantages. I'm sorry, guys, these lights are real hot. Although it looks dark there, I'm gonna have to give me some more lights. But anyway, you have tax advantages when you own a home. Also, equity. You can purchase a home that has equity so that you can borrow against it to pay for college, maybe to pay off debts, do some renovation. When you are a homeowner, you have equity that you can kind of play with, okay? Some people move right in and they have equity, whereas others, it builds over time, okay? But that is an advantage of being a homeowner. The other thing is you have the ability to have pets without paying extra money, and hopefully my dogs will behave themselves. but you have the ability to have pets without paying the pet rent, the monthly pet rent, as well as the deposit. The other thing is that you have space away from your neighbors and you can be as far as you want to be from your neighbors, okay? The other thing is you alone have the key to your place, okay? And then also you have the freedom to customize. So if you want pink walls and orange walls, if you want the glitter and glamour, that we like as women. I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully my dogs will behave themselves, but you can customize your home, okay? So another way that you can get ready for home ownership is you can increase your income. Now, yes, it is true that men still have higher incomes than women for various reasons. However, you can do some things to increase your income, even if you do it temporarily to obtain the home. Okay. So you can start a business, you can start a side hustle, you can, what is it? You can do things to increase, get a side job. You can do things to increase your income, okay? So that again, you will be prepared for home ownership. The higher your income, especially if you have like less than 55,000, the higher your income, the lower your monthly payments, and possibly the lower that you will have to put down. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The other thing is that you can do to prepare for home ownership is save money. Okay, save money. You should get into the habit of saving money anyway because it will help you even after you get the home. Okay, so you want to decrease your expenses. So if that means taking a break from buying coffee on a daily basis, then do so, or eating out. Some people eat out every day or every weekend. If you cut down on that, you can put the money towards saving a home. Okay, saving for a home, I should say. And then also, some people rent a room or they stay with family. If you have a family who's able to help you until you can get a house, then you can stay with family so that you can save up money for the deposit, guys, because it can be substantial. Honestly, it can be in the thousands. So, and that depends on whether or not you get assistance. It depends on whether or not the type of loan you get, the interest, the points, and things of that nature. So there's no figure that fits all. But some people do, again, rent rooms. They rent a room or they'll stay with family so that they can save money to purchase a home. The other thing people do is increase your 401k plan. Now, some people are against borrowing against your 401k plan, but I will tell you that there's no penalty if you borrow against it to purchase a home. So keep that in mind, okay? And then you can open a special home savings account where you contribute a certain amount to that account until you can get up to the amount that you need to purchase a home, okay? And again, the amount that you need to purchase, it will depend on the several factors: the loan product, interest rate, credit score, debt to income ratio, home buying assistance program. But the rule of thumb is to save as much money as possible. And guys, if you know that you are interested in purchasing a home between 3 and 6 months, do not go out and buy anything major. Okay. Again, the name of the game is to save as much as you can. The other thing you want to do is know your FICO score. Know your FICO score and raise your score. Raise your credit score. Okay. The credit score range is 300 to 850. Okay. 300 to 850, and that range, or that whatever your score is, will determine how much you put down. Okay, the higher your score, the less likely the less you'll put down. Okay, the lower your score, the more money you need to save up. Okay, and I'm not talking about, so know your score, and I'm not talking about the Vantage score. The Vantage score is pretty much for credit cards, auto loans, apartments. You want the FICO score. You want to focus on the FICO score. Okay, and there are different loan products. Different loan products have different requirements. So there are some programs sometimes where you can purchase a home with the 580, but remember, 580 score, that is. But remember, the lower your score, the more you will pay. Okay, the ideal score to purchase a home is 620 to 640. 640 is like gold. And yet at the same time, again, your score can go up to 850. So if you don't have an 850 credit score, let's get busy. We need to work on increasing that score. And I'm going to do another video on ways that you can increase your score. Okay. Some products, again, it depends on what your credit score that's needed, the FICO score that's needed, depend on the product that you get. Most mortgage lenders prefer a FICO score of 5. They prefer FICO scores 5, 2, and 4. The higher your score, the lower your down payment. We've already gone over that. I'm sorry, guys. I wrote out so much stuff. And there are tools that you can use to increase your score. One of the things I like to share is that I opened up a self account for my son. We opened that up in September, and now his credit score is over 80 points, has increased over 80 points. So I will put the link to self in the comments. I started to do a video about how self works, guys, but my computer was acting up. So anyway, I have to get that back up. Anyway, I want you to understand that you have the power to change your credit score. Okay. I didn't know that for years. And so I just sat there. So did my score, sat there in the same position. However, you have the power to change your score. You can do it yourself. Okay. And if you are, so don't go out. You don't have to necessarily go out and pay these people all of this money to do your credit score. To be honest with you, there are some lenders who do credit. They'll tell you how you need to improve your credit score so that you can get the loan. Okay. So that's why sometimes it's not a good idea to, start paying off stuff and paying closing accounts without speaking to a loan officer who specialize in credit. Not all of them do. Okay, not all of them train in how to do credit repair, but some of them do. If you need referrals, I'll be glad to help you with that. But I want you to take back your power, and I want you to pull your credit scores. Okay, so you're going to request your credit reports from all 3 credit bureaus. Okay, and you can get them free every year. Okay, and I will put the link in the comments also, but you're going to get them from the annualcreditreport.com. You're going to pull your credit report so that you will know what is on your report. Okay, again, you have the power to change your credit score. And so that's what we're going to do. You have to learn the game in order to play to win. Okay, so we're going to pull your credit scores from the annualcreditreport.com, and you're going to pull all 3 reports. Request all 3. It's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You're going to pull all 3 scores, okay? All 3 reports, because I want you to review your report, and I want you to know what's on there, because again, you have to learn the game of credit and learn how to play it, okay? So there are several factors that affect your credit score. You have your payment history. Okay, your payment history accounts for 35% of your credit score. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are making your payments on time. It will show any derogatory remarks. You want to be honest about it. You want to look at it. You look at your credit report. Be honest with yourself about this situation. If you have not made payments on time, don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Start now. Okay, start now with improving your credit history, payment history, and you start making your payments on time. If that means using a calendar to know when your due dates are, then do it. If that means using your cell phone and put in when something is due, then do it. And then also set up some type of alert so that it tells you, like, you have to be on this thing every day, right? So you want to look at your payment history. And then also, again, get on track if you're off track, okay? You're going to look at the amounts that you owe, okay? You're going to keep your utilization of your cards to 30%. So, excuse me, So if you have $100, if your credit is 100, like this saying, okay, we're going to give you a credit card and it's for $100. Excuse me, guys. These lights are making me hot. My mouth is thirsty. So we're going to give you credit $100. You don't use more than 30% of that, okay? Now, here's the thing. If you need to use more than 30%, then what you're going to do is you are going to circle back around and you're going to pay it off before the end of the month, before they report, okay? So you're going to look at the amount your order that you owe, okay? And again, guys, it may be some things when you meet with the lender, they may say you can pay some things down. They may say some things don't matter. That's why it's important that you meet with one. If you don't know of any loan officers, I'll be happy to refer you to some, and I can refer you to a few of them so that you can, get a feel for whether or not you can, you kind of mesh with them or what have you. Okay, the other thing they look at is your credit history. Another factor that affects your credit score is your credit history length. How long have you had this credit? Makes up 15%. But also know that it takes time. Like you can't automatically have credit history length. It takes time. They want to know, have you had this credit for a long time? And that's why if you had a credit card or anything for a long time, you kind of want to hold on to it because it affects your length of time. Okay, so that's nothing you can really work on except to just hold on to it. Okay, the other factor is a diverse portfolio of credit. So you want a mixture of different types of credit, okay, because it affects your score. It affects 10% of your FICO score, okay? And a diverse portfolio can include recurring payments like car loans or a mortgage, student loans, credit cards, or some more types of diverse that will also, some credit that will make your portfolio diverse. I'm sorry, because I was just thinking that there are some programs like, I think it's Experian Boost or something like that, or is it Equifax Boost? One of the two. I haven't used it. I'm going to use it. I haven't used it. You pay like, I want to say less than $40 a month, and they will look for payments that you've made in your account, and they will put it towards your credit score. I haven't used that yet, so I don't want to say that it works. I think it's Experian. It is Experian. They have some great articles also, guys, that you can check into. Great articles on how to raise your credit score and how to be more responsible. Now, listen, this is all very important because, and I'm sorry, one more factor, which is new credit. Okay, and that counts for 10% of your score. You want to be careful about new credit because the problem with that is they have to run an inquiry. And you don't want too many inquiries on your report if you know you're going to buy a home within 3 to 6 months, because inquiries stay on your report for 2 years. And yes, the more inquiries you have, the more suspicious it looks, and it dings your score. So you want to be very, very careful about that. Okay. Yeah, so you want to be careful about that. I was in the middle of saying something I can't quite remember. So listen, if your score is 620 and above, you want to pool your resources, okay? You want to pool your resources in terms of your money, in terms of whether or not you're really ready for this. You want to start, all of you should start working on your mindset, because listen, these saving money and then also your credit score, all of that is going to be important whether you have a home or not, right? I don't want you to do all of these things in order to procure a home, and then we still need to maintain it, and then we still need to preserve it, okay? Maintenance costs and things of that nature. So saving is going to help you there. And then also cutting back the expenses. So you want to develop these habits so that it will not only help you get a home, but it will help you keep the home. Okay, and then also raise the value so that if and when you go to sell it, or even will it to your kids, maybe, your kids inherit it, you want it to have value. Okay, so those skills of saving and knowing your credit score and staying on top of repairing it, all of those skills are important, whether you are obtaining or procuring a home or maintaining one. Okay, so in closing, listen, buying a home is a process and it takes some longer than others. Be patient and trust the process and know that yes, it is possible for a woman to own a home. Have a great day.